Hey everyone, and welcome to your next episode of the Spiritual Tea podcast with me, your host, Lex. This Spiritual Tea podcast is based around astrology, how it enriches our lives, and how we can use it and understand it within our lives. So this episode 7, is all about the full moon in Capricorn that happened on the 12th of July. 2022, which was the day before yesterday. So the sign that this falls in is Capricorn. As I said, Capricorn is associated with work and reward, and the word for Capricorn is I use. Capricorn rules the knees, the joints, the skeleton and the teeth, so it's always a good idea to keep an eye on those areas of the body at this time. Capricorn rules the 10th house. The 10th house represents, on the astrological wheel, ambition, status, career, father figures, authority figures, fame, and even sex. The focus of this full moon in Capricorn is get out of your own way. Yes, indeed. As with life, we know how easy it is to get caught up in our thoughts and overthinking and confusing our thoughts of our emotions, or vice versa. So the focus of this particular full moon is to get out of our own way and let things be what they are and let the chips fall where they may. As a whole, full moons are about the culmination of energy. It's the closing of a cycle, the completion of a difficult time, and of any possible restrictions that you may have been facing. The reason for this is because Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn, and Saturn is all about structure, boundaries, limitations, and even karma. So this full moon, with the energy being about us becoming or learning how to release and let go of our fears and getting out of our own way, is highlighted at this time. So releasing fear of expansion is very, very important at this time. We can often carry fears that are almost ancestral, hereditary. These are things that we could have been listening to and living by our whole lives without really questioning why we are doing so. So getting out of your own way is sometimes to strip back and be able to create your own way, your own mind, your own thought process, your own morals, your own ideals, and your own standards. With this energy coming up, the answer to the full moon energy is basically, in a nutshell, come up with new ways and new approaches to the issues and challenges that are within your lives, that are showing up in your life at this time. It's about not doing what you've always done, not responding how you're used to responding. It's about upping your own ante and really bringing the authority of Saturn, the authority of, our forefathers, and putting our foot down where we need to protect our energy or where we need to expand in a certain way, and just having the ambition to jump in on how we feel and find new ways in responding to the matters that are coming up, or it could be cycles that have been going on and on and on and on, things that just will not change. They just will not change no matter how much you try. And sometimes the answer is to just stop trying altogether. You know, it's to step back. It's to reclaim your power, reclaiming that Saturnian energy, and just saying to yourself, you know what? No. There's a power in no. There's always been a power in the word no, and I feel that not most of us don't use it often enough. So in times where we feel like our boundaries are being pushed, when we feel like we are not being respected, when we feel like we are not being appreciated, when we feel that our efforts are not being noticed, those are the times where we just step back and we give all of that greatness to the world. We give all of that greatness back to ourselves, because at the end of the day, the more we feed ourselves, the more viable we become, the more conscious we are, the more aware we are of who we are, but not just who we are, also what we want. What is it that puts our soul at peace? You know, what satisfies us? You know, satisfaction is a huge part of life, and ambition and growth and status, you know, all of those things, they give us satisfaction. And a lot of the time, for people that have got these placements heavy in their chart, it will also give them the drive to continue on becoming the greatest version of themselves that they've ever seen. So that's important to remember. Finding new approaches, new exciting ways to tackle these challenges that we face, and staying within our power, being open and willing. You know, willing to be willful is a very powerful stance to have in the world, because we can take a long time to change, but if a person around you or even yourself are showing willingness to a situation, then it speaks very, very highly of that want and the need for somebody who wants to be better. Okay, so yes, the willingness has to be there. We will be feeling more practical and less emotional, which is, I mean, for me personally, it's a welcomed break. But it will give us the drive and the ideas to get things done. It will give us the things, you know, sometimes the things we felt we needed. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Sorry. Yeah, the things that we felt that we needed to keep us going. You know, really in life, the one thing that we need to keep us going is obviously ourselves, but it's genuinity. It's genuinity in the communication and the contacts that we keep. It's knowing that you have a safety and a security in and around the people that we manifest into our lives every day, and that thought process will keep you on the up and up, but it will also keep you in the knowledge that whatever you're doing and wherever you're spending your time is valued, and that is also very, very important. So the other planets that are playing a big effect this week also is we have the moon is leaving Gemini on the 17th. So it's a good idea to make use of the energy before it leaves, because Gemini is all about thoughts, it's all about communication, intelligence. Use that energy, use it for your work, use it in your relationships. Know when not to speak, and knowing also the value of the words that we speak. It's one thing, to say that we are not communicative people and it's difficult to speak, but at the end of the day, there are times in our lives that things just need to be said, and the better you will feel for it. So if that's an issue for you personally, use this Gemini energy and manifest on it and allow it to guide you and help you with your throat chakra. The other planetary element that we have going on is Venus in Cancer on the 17th also. And this is urging us to value our inner beauty. So by receiving things or purchasing things that are of sentimental value, or just appreciating the inner beauty showing up as kind deeds or expressions of love, and generally doing things out of the kindness of your heart, embrace and indulge that energy, because Venus in Cancer it's humble to a point of selflessness. My Venus is actually in Cancer, and not that I'm saying I'm not trying to toot, I'm just keeping it real. Venus in Cancer is extremely humble, and it's full. It's a very, very, very full love, and from a really, really good place. And so to embrace when you see that energy around you, and when I say embrace it, I don't just mean receive it, I also mean to give it back. Find ways how you can respond personally to that energy. Who can you do a nice deed for? Who needs help with their shopping? Who needs to be picked up? Who needs to be, brought something? Who needs to be hugged? Who needs to be talked to? Who needs an ear? It's those types of things. Always thinking about how we can show up as our best selves when it comes to the people that we love is very, very important for Venus in Cancer. So the signs that this full moon in Capricorn will be mostly affecting will be the cardinal signs, which is Cancer, Capricorn, Aries and Leo, especially the Cancer and Capricorn, as they are a polar opposite to each other. So you'll carry, if you've got any placements in Capricorn or Cancer, you'll equally carry the energy of the other sign because it's the polar opposite. So it's normal. And for the cards that we've got today, very interesting. So I've got a 4, a 14 and a 10. And the 10 is a card of deepening our thoughts, deepening our sense of who we are. And we're going to do that by using our thoughts and by taking time out and away from things, this could be past energy. But whether it's past energy or whether it's current energy for you, depending on where you're at on your spiritual journey, it doesn't matter as long as you're doing the work. I've actually got 2 cards of healing here. So there's certainly been some deep wounds. As I said, Saturn is also related to karma and boundaries and structure and limitations. So fixing things that have just been a stalemate, or just deciding to move completely past it and go away with love. To leave situations is very, very important, to try and leave the situations that we enter with an open, loving heart still, and without bitterness, because bitterness will eat you up from the inside and out. and really distort your chances in the future of moving forward past something awful or something that was heartbreaking. Bitterness is like a cancer in itself. You know, it's very, very difficult to get rid of. So I also got expect powerful change, and I got the end of a tough cycle approaches, which is the actual full moon in Capricorn card. So that was nice. And I just feel like the powerful changes come when we sometimes have to go back home, collect our thoughts, realign, recenter ourselves, get a deeper understanding of what it is that has kept us so coiled up, and then releasing it under this new moon, releasing that limitation within yourself now to say, I can have a new opportunity, I can move forward with an open, loving heart, and I can trust. And even if things never turn out to be how I want them to be, I still know that I operated in a genuine, loving, trusting, warm heart and space. I've also got a side message here for anybody or somebody or all of us, which was, I love you. These are powerful words. Everybody needs to know and hear and see and feel that they are or are being loved in this present moment, because love is the most powerful tool that we have to offer anything in this world, whether it's our work, whether it's our relationships, whether it's to ourselves. It's always about love. So to be able to operate from that place, even when we've been broken down to a zero, is extremely powerful. So for all of those of you that are out there that are smiling when you're listening to this because you just know, then that message is for you. And so there is love around you. There's always love around you. And if there's not, it's certainly coming, because we've got the expect powerful change. So by the next new moon, which is 2 weeks away, you can expect some powerful changes in that area of your life. So that was the end of today's full moon in Capricorn messages. I hope you enjoyed our podcast, and just to let you know, I'm going to be doing some visual podcasts soon and having some guests on, which I'm really, really excited about. Hopefully the first one will be in the first part of August, but I will keep you posted. Until then, I hope you have an amazing rest of your evening, and I will catch you on the next show. Blessings.